been in and out of Magic probably 5 times, but the last couple of times I've made an effort to keep a hold of my land base.
That's the thing. It's like, if you're going to sell out, that makes sense, but try to hold on to your lands. That's what Darian was like, I'm getting rid of my Infect deck. And I was like, okay, but please just don't get rid of your fetch lands.
Right.
Like, if you want to get rid of the shocks, it's fine. They're like $10 now. That's fine. NanMan here, and we're back with episode 2 of turning a collection into modern decks. Of course, we're going through our buddy Zach's collection. You can see a little bit of it on camera for this, and we're going to be going through and seeing what we can do to update some of his decks and taking existing decks that he's built and twisting them a little bit and trying to update them to kind of fit a little bit more with the current modern.
Okay. I don't think this has any room to actually be made viable.
To be honest,
I have a couple of red finales I thought about putting in here.
Okay.
But that's really the only angle I can think of. It's just slow.
Yeah.
And it is a for fun deck for when I don't want to have to think.
Okay.
But I still want to play.
You still want to have fun and do big mana things.
Right. But if we get through the box and regular Tron deck is viable,
that's the other
I
thing.
have no problem cutting this land base. So
it's like, I know there's also like a mono black Tron style of list too that sometimes exists.
So I did try my own approach at that when I first got back into playing. I don't know if you remember, but I just wanted to torment Hellfire people.
Yes.
And it was more viable than I thought it would be.
Right.
But then the curse of, okay, let's try to make it more efficient, and then I just bricked it.
And then it just, nope, it all fell
so
apart.
it was something that was working, and then in trying to make it fit the meta, I ruined it.
It didn't want to fit.
Yeah, but it was Necro Dominance, Orcish Bowmaster,
Do that
Tormented
stuff.
Hellfire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the fun things.
So do you want to look for regular Tron with it first, or do you want to look at the red stuff first and see if there's something within your red stuff? What would you feel that we can do with this list here?
I think if we went red, I have
A bunch of red stuff?
I have burn.
Yeah.
I didn't put it together on principle.
Okay. All right. You're like, the red deck stuff is not necessarily how you want to play it. Got it.
It was more of if I wanted to play burn, I knew the 2 to 3 people I could ask to borrow the deck.
That's true.
So
we do have some at the shop that have their decks, and you're like, okay.
Right, and I wanted to have a toolbox of something that was more my play style, but also I'm looking to have decks that are a mix of how I like to play Magic, but also stand their own.
Okay.
So like my Blink Rhino deck.
Yes.
Like it's Skirmish Rhino and Siege Rhino.
Yep.
And just blink effects. Like Phalia's in there,
Yeah.
Ephemerate, stuff like that. My Slick Shot deck, I'm running Kurt Ape instead of Swiss Spear, which
We've heard it, we know.
yeah, I've gotten the book thrown at me multiple times of how more efficient it would be. But those same people have gotten beaten in by Kurt Ape.
Yes, they were not prepared.
It's fun. It lets me keep the creatures around for what I originally started playing with.
Yes, which is important, I feel like.
All right. So, sadly, one of these decks here has the other 2 creatures that fall into that same category.
Your original Zeus? Are you talking
Yeah,
about
so
the cats?
cats have Fleecebane, and then the I don't know what to call it, but there's a deck that has Squadron Hawk in it.
Nice.
So, really, the only effective way to run Squadron Hawk is to have it as pitch fodder for other spells.
At this point, sadly.
Yeah.
Unless you play Modern 2015, you can play the Martyr Proc stuff and have fun with that.
Yes. I don't think this is one that we really need to worry about,
Okay.
but just to keep in the back of the mind of the TRON bases here.
Yeah, so as we're going through, looking through maybe some of the colorless stuff, oh, okay, I noticed we've got these tools. We could do a little pivoting for it. Okay.
Right.
Cool. All right, Trons, our Bone Crushers, our Mound. The Banefire is the cool thing, right? Like, that's our Red Sun Zenith.
I got
like
Banefire, Red Sun,
Fireball.
Fireball.
Yeah, like the idea of the deck is we're going to make a bunch of mana and we're going to dome you.
Yeah.
And then, still has some bolts, some light up stages, just sort of like set ourselves up here.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's fun. It's a non-thinker.
Right.
By every means. Like, the Commune with Lavas are just a fun, like, jank card.
Yeah, right?
But you have the rituals, you have the Chandras, you have all the stuff to filter and gain your mana up, so.
Let's take a look. Oh, you got a bunch of Trinispheres. Oh, you got the Tezzerets. I liked having Tezzeret in my list. I mean, there's a... Okay, let's do this first. I don't think we should... I'm running 3 on my list. I don't necessarily think that... I've tried the 4, and I don't feel as good about that. Culture completes. All is dust. I'm a big fan of all is dust, but you've got Ugins. Do you like 8 mana Ugin still?
I do.
Okay.
But I could also, like, I've seen decks run the summon but over it, so. The Emerald Pools are in here, Chalices.
Walking Ballista. Kozileks. We just found a bunch of stuff already. Here, we'll even put this. We'll do like grab some stuff that are like could be sideboard stuff.
Yeah. I started this. I don't know, man. When did I first mention that I was starting this modern box project?
I don't remember the exact date, but I do remember you showing it to me.
Yeah, I feel like I started like curating pieces probably maybe 3 to 4 months ago.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, and that's either going through the overall collection and actually saying that I have the pieces, or just trading and consolidating into some playable stuff.
Disruptor Fruit's such a good card.
It is.
All right, let's move this guy over here. So right now I'm doing this sort of mix of like, here are potential main board stuff, and then this is like a Karn board.
Okay.
Slash some of it can be main board depending on if we're running Tezzeret or not. Liquid metal coating. Oh, you got Agatha Soul Cauldrons for days.
That was I've
nice.
Over the last 2 months, I think I've taken apart 8 commander decks, and so
Okay.
some of the like over playset count stuff, that's where it came from. But because it was there, I just put in the. Does Tron still run Star?
My list currently is doing some of it, but I'm also running some green in mine. If you don't have to, most lists are not, because they get access to, just so much colorless stuff that it's like they can just avoid adding colors to their list.
Right.
Could do another relic if we need to. Lethal Vials, Jet Medallions. Okay. Now the question is, do we have the land temples, Eldrazi Temple, or the land that you can pitch a 7-drop to?
Let's see.
What's that
so
one
this
called?
would be a good time to take a look at the land base.
Yeah.
So this one's going to be a little disorganized. I think this may just be primarily basics.
Good art basics, though.
Yeah. I like trying to go fancy with my basics where possible, as mentioned. Let's see. So we have Karn's Bastions, Ugin's Labyrinths.
Yes, perfect. Ugin's Labyrinth.
Shocks. Surveils. More Labyrinth, apparently. um, Fetches, Triumphs. Arenas, Field of Ruins. Which I've seen Tron run a couple, but that seems a little strange.
For which one?
Field of Ruin. Do we need Force? Are we doing the splash?
So we can decide, right?
Okay.
If we want to go.
Sad.
So if we want to add in some stuff, we can go that route.
This is what you're talking about?
Mainly in like amulet lists. We'll want to copy an amulet. Like our one drop stuff or artifacts aren't necessarily going to be as useful for copying with that.
Gotcha. So what other land are we looking for?
Eldrazi Temple.
Eldrazi Temple.
Yeah. Because that can also decide whether or not, you know, how control you want to go or how heavy into the Eldrazi. I only saw one Glaring Fleshraker, so if we don't have a lot of temples, that's fine. You could go for any other utility lands if you want. Like if you want to use the Urza Sagas in this instead of using it in like the Hammer build, we could do that. But
ironically, I don't know if I have Sagas in Hammer time.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because of the approach I was taking with it, it
Right,
didn't really
right.
fit my tokens.
Sweet tokens, though.
I don't know if it's ever going to become relevant, but don't know. Eldrazi Temples may be something we have to look through the other box for.
Okay.
I'm not certain if it clicked as a land I should have paid attention to.
Well, that's the thing, right? If it's not something that you were like, oh, I don't have any.
Not on my radar, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about actually building a Eldrazi list. But you do have those big old long boxes with all those lands. Oh, you got that cool Urza Saga there.
Yeah, that's a one of. Or in that art.
Yeah, right.
So. Coffers. Pendulos. Ink Moth.
I was like, if you're separating, these are not modern legal.
These?
Yeah, the artifact lands are not modern legal.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Darksteel is, but Great Furnace. The ones that produce mana,
Yes.
they say, no, you're not allowed to have fun.
Okay. I think we're going to find them. Nope. Okay.
Okay.
So those may be something we're either going to have to just add to the list, or
Check in
maybe
there.
we can find it in there.
All right, cool.
I'm going to leave these out so those can be properly sorted in.
Yeah.
But as you can see, I've taken a great deal of time to curate lands.
Yes, which
That's-
is awesome to see.
Anytime, I think I've been in and out of Magic probably 5 times. But the last couple of times I made an effort to keep a hold of my land base.
That's the thing. It's like if you're going to sell out, that makes sense, but try to hold on to your lands. That's was like what Darian was like. I'm getting rid of my Infect deck, and I was like, okay, but please just don't get rid of your fetch lands.
Right.
Like if you want to get rid of the shocks, it's fine. They're like $10 now. That's fine.
We're gonna let's see TRON, and we need Eldrazi Temple.
Eldrazi Temple, yes.
And what count is that?
4.
4 of?
4 of.
Okay.
because then that gives you options, right?
Right.
Whether you want to go heavier into Eldrazi and do Thought Knot and be like an Eldrazi Tron list, you can, or not. I'd say get more Glaring Flesh Rakers, because right now there's only one. Again, that's just depending on more Glaring Flesh Rakers if we're doing more of the Tezzeret style.
Right.
And then you could add the stars and the spheres and stuff like that if you want, because it's just like shredding your opponents, and it's just more things to increase the loyalty of it. We could add green and do like Sylvan Scryings and things like that if you really wanted to.
Micro spawn and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This stuff over here is like stock list.
Okay.
You know, 4 of Karns, 4 of Devours, 4 of Ugins, Kozilek Command, and Labyrinth. These ones are, there's flex slots in the list.
Right.
You know, I know people have run the Summon Bahamut. I was running Ugin Spirit Dragon for a while. I'm running Ulamog in mine, the 10-drop one. That does the like mill 20 and exile 2 permanents.
Was there not one in here?
There was some of the Eldrazi, but I don't remember which ones off the top of my head. But those are like those flex spots that sort of exist in those pivot points of, yeah, it's okay to have the big threats like that. And you can have multiple big threats depending. So that's like definitely an option for it. Not this one, the other one. But you could run that one. I've seen this more in a reanimator strategy, actually.
Okay. That makes sense.
Which is the Ulamog the Defiler is the one we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, I have that.
You could do that one too. But again, that's also if we are going for a little bit heavier in the Eldrazi stuff, that can work too if we lean that way.
Understood.
If we go more the Tezzeret route, some of these Karn board, sideboard stuff can be perfectly fine main board as well, because they're tutor targets. Like having a Tormod's Crypt main board, a Walking Ballista main board, a Chalice main board, and you kind of have 2 pivot points of going, I have my Karn board, which can tutor up stuff, but I also have these tools in the main board with Tezzeret. So if you want to go more of a toolbox artifact deck main board, or just a toolbox artifact deck sideboard, that's the pivot point. But that's sort of our this is our base, and then we could go heavy into Eldrazi, we can go heavier into artifact toolbox main board, or just keep it sideboard is kind of where it's at here. But you have the core of the deck here.
Okay.
Because these are all just sort of like different flavors of the same deck. But this is the main stuff that you would need, I would say.
That's good to know. Let me grab a empty deck box, and we can keep that separated.
Perfect. Yeah, so this is main core stuff. This is potential stuff. This is sideboard stuff. And this is other flavors.
Sounds good.
Excellent. You can also up numbers of things, Disruptor Flutes, Trinispheres, depending on meta and things like that. But you have all the stuff. Also, there were talismans that existed in the piles. I didn't pull those aside. That is another thing that a lot of the Trons lists are going to run.
Okay.
Most of the time they're doing the Golgari one, which I can't remember the name of off the top of my head, just because a lot of them also run Dismember.
Oh, yes.
But that's the only reason why most players are running the talismans at this point in time.
Okay.
So, cool. I like that. So you basically have the stuff for a Tron list. I'm pretty sure with the numbers of stuff to replace in here. Go. I feel like I'm not lining it up correctly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
For your list, but if you wanted to go heavier and wanted to run the Thought Knot Seers, for example, you should have forward. If you're going to run the
The Flesh Raker, 2 is fine depending on how many you want to run. If you want to run 4 Flesh Rakers, you can always up that number 2. So it's like, oh, turn 2, I'm casting my Flesh Raker.
Right.
But that's kind of that fun for it.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So
Very
we got
nice.
Mill, we got Tron down. What's next on the list?
Not sure what to do with this outside of get the stone forges or Mox opals.